Good mid-morning. This is Sylvia Reyna and
Lupe Ledesma
for the Title I Part C Migrant Education Program portion of the quarterly updates from OSPI. Thank you for keeping online with us. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So today's webinar is going to talk about summer applications, Dare to Dream 2017, a little bit about the MEP State Conference, and then some information on our Migrant Education 101 professional development opportunities. Regarding the summer program application, iGrants Form Package 560 is now in the EDS system. You can access it. We were delayed in getting this posted, so we extended the due date till April 10th. Okay, so you can now access it. Your final allocations are posted. We had several new summer programs this year, so we're really excited about the new ones joining us. And so your final allocations were spread across all of those participating school districts. So they were probably a little less than you got last year for Summer U, and but those are your final allocations. Okay. Just wanted to, I shared the screen in our January webinar, but wanted to also show it again for some ideas and just some reminders of how you can use your program funds for the summer. And if you have some funds during the regular school year that you believe you could put together a summer program, we'd ask you to complete the summer school application, even if you don't have an allocation, just so we can see what it is you're wanting to do with your regular school year funds in a summer program. Also, just put a screenshot of Pinterest for those of you who may be familiar with this website. It has a really cool little section for summer program, summer school, and just little ideas, thinking outside the box for your summer program. Of course, we will want to make sure that whatever we're doing, we're trying to align it with our standards, for state standards, and that we're trying to help our students make some gains and learn in fun and interesting ways. This could be used to build sort of like a camp environment to help students feel welcomed and to kind of get out of the same environment of a regular school year, to kind of just make it more engaging and more summer oriented. I'm going to pause here for just a second and see if there's any questions on summer school.
None at all.
All right, so we're going to move on. Dare to Dream 2017, we want to thank you, districts, for all of your work in recruiting and enrolling migrant students to participate in the different events across the state. We want you to continue to do your recruitment, completing registration packages, and getting that information to the MCRA office. Students who received this flyer may still be coming to you. I know there are probably some students who are on the fence about whether this is the event for them. If you look through your PFS student list, all those PFS students did receive a flyer, so you might want to print one down from the MCRS website and share it with them again and say, hey, did you get something like this in the mail? Are you interested? Would this be something that we could help you get registered to participate in? It is really a highly engaging program. Students that come away with some really great ideas and strategies for helping them get through their high school years and move into post-secondary opportunities, and also just to really build that camaraderie. I know a lot of them just didn't realize how many migrant students there were across the state. So this is really a great opportunity for them, and I hope you continue to reach out, especially to our priority for service students who may not necessarily always be the ones that get these opportunities and don't realize that indeed this is targeted specifically for them. Once you've registered students in the MCRS system, you'll be getting notifications from MCRS every other Monday, and I believe those notifications have been starting to come to you. They started February 20th, right after, and then right after the registration of March 3rd was completed. So you'll be getting a listing of all the students who registered and what their status is in terms of getting their materials into MCRS. You'll be getting this every other Monday, and it will be going to the Federal Programs Director as well as the contact person for the school district. What you'll see in your email notification will be the names of the students, the events that they are scheduled to attend, where their registration is. If it's pending, that means that we have not received a full registration packet. And so we would want to make sure that registration packet gets to MCRS. They'll review it to make sure it is complete. They may send a form or two back if they're missing signatures or if it's incomplete information. The universities do ask us to complete as much of that information as we can, and then they'll go ahead and move it or send it forward to the applicable university, so that you don't have to try and send it directly to the various universities. At the bottom of that notice will also be information about where you were with your pre-allocated seats and how many allocated seats you actually registered, and then how many of your students were PFS. So we're not yet at capacity for all the events, so we are still encouraging to register. Registration is now open on a first-come, first-served basis. So all the districts are still encouraged to recruit for their respective universities. So you want to go into the MCRS system and look at the students that were eligible to participate and the universities that we've tagged for your school district, and continue to recruit. All the students will be registered as standby, and then MCRS staff will be looking at that list on a weekly basis and moving over until all of the slots are filled, and they'll be notifying you when they've been able to move a student that is identified as standby to be confirmed. With your standby students, go ahead and continue to submit your registration packets to MCRS and continue recruiting. We'd love to just have as many students as possible on our confirmed list, and then for standby students to be identified as well, so that in case one of your students has to cancel at the last minute, we can make some of those replacements based on your standby list.
I have a question.
So we'll go ahead and continue to register those students, and then if there is a cancellation, if you could go ahead and please notify MCRS as soon as you're aware a student needs to cancel, and then we'll work to how we can replace that at that spot. And there is one question.
The question is, who will be notifying districts if there are additional slots once we have exceeded our allotted ones?
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and continue to register students, and they'll be registered as standby. MCRS staff will be looking at the standby list, and if there's space available for those events, they'll move the students over to confirmed. Then MCRS will notify the school district that the students that were standby are now confirmed. So that student listing in the MSIS would be where you want to go and look to see if students were confirmed, but also MCRA staff will let you know if they were able to move students over from standby to confirmed. Here's what the screen for registration looks like now. So it will be the name of the school district, and depending on the university or universities that have been selected for you, you would go ahead and add a new student. That green button will be on the screen, and you'll add the new student. They'll show as standby, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. Our MCRS staff will be reviewing that list and looking to see if we can move them over. As I noted before, we do have capacity right now, and so definitely continue to enroll and register those students. We are going to have a parent-student school registration confirmation night, Wednesday, May 24th, from 7 to 8 p.m. This is a video conference. I believe we're going to be using Zoom, so there's going to be lots of ports for school districts to connect to, or I believe even the educational service districts are going to be hosting a site, so you might want to check with your ESD to see if they're going to be hosting a site that you could come to. If it's a convenient location for you. Otherwise, contact Terry Beckman at the number identified there, 360-725-6150, and register to participate for this confirmation night. We're really excited about being able to share out what the bus routes are going to look like. This will actually be the confirmation packet. It will go over what to pack, what to leave home, talk about health and safety, and then the contact information for the university. Camp staff have also offered to come to your school or region if you wish to have someone from their staff, either as part of that registration confirmation night on May 24th or on another night. So this would be a great place to invite them also if parents want to kind of know more about the camp program.
There is a notation from Heather. She did.
You can also find more information about the events. All of the materials and the handouts are noted in the on the MCRS website, and we also have links to some of the YouTube videos. So you can use those to access the videos. And so, Lupe, now, what is it you wanted to say?
Oh, Heather just wanted to clarify something.
Okay.
And it's the add new student is not visible to districts. To add a student who is not on the list, you may contact MSDRS or add a student to standby. Districts may select the student from the academy list and select the add to standby button.
Right, so it's only going to list those students that have been pre-identified as eligible to participate. So if you have other students that just recently moved to your community and are not identified as a priority or need on the current list, you can contact MSDRS to get those students added. This is really just those students that we want to make sure are the targeted group, which are the priority for service and our needs students. But of course, if there are other students and we have capacity, you can contact the MSCRS office and they can add those students for you to the standby list. Thanks, Lupe. So continue to motivate your students to participate in Dare to Dream by letting your building principal and counselor know who's going to the events and encouraging them to champion those students to stay on track, to get on the bus. hosted in the evening to have students who had previously attended come share their experience. This might be something you might think about adding to your May 24th meeting, and or earlier if you want to get earlier registrations. May 24th might be just a little too late to for some students to make that determination whether they want to go. So you might want to think about doing it a little bit earlier. But they can come and share their notebooks. You can use those video clips. They may also have some additional information. I know some of the universities put together a Facebook page, and so they might have access to those Facebook pages. And it's also a great way to finalize that student registration packet. So use that night to get some additional students on board and the registration information completed. Again, inviting the university camp staff to present about their event and meet the parents and students and talk about the camp program, and also emphasize the opportunity for additional credit and how that credit is transferred to their official student transcript. So again, that's another incentive for some of the students who may be credit deficient. And then a few days before the event, we're asking us by encouraging and continuing to make contact with the families to make sure everybody's on board. Some of our university team also will be making contact with the families to just remind them of when the bus will be coming through their area. But it's great also if you can help us to just keep our families engaged. I know we have to register quite a bit early, and then sometimes other interests come up, or then students sometimes get nervous and they're like, I don't really want to go, but really, if they just get on the bus, they're going to have a great time. So help us, help our families stay connected and stay motivated to participate. And then we'll also, as part of the registration confirmation packet, have that contact information for the university. So if there's questions that they may have, they can have that contact information with the university. We're also wanting to encourage you to have a designated staff person that might be there to at the pickup site to just help them, you know, again, get on the bus and make sure that they're getting on the right bus. Some of the bus routes, I think they're using similar bus routes and similar pickup and drop-off locations, and so we want to make sure the student gets on the right bus to attend the right university. And then what also is helpful is if for some reason a student in one of the previous sites did not get on the bus, or for some reason just chose not to attend, the university will be calling the site that's next to be picked up, and it would be great if we had a staff person there that if there were some standbys that the students are ready to go, they could actually go ahead and get on the bus, and we could just fill it from on the next route. So if that's something that we can make happen, we would love to be able to do that. We'll review a little bit more about the pickup and drop-off sites as part of our May 24th video conference. Any questions?
We do, but it's about voices, so once we're done with Dare to Dream.
There's a couple of snapshots of some of the experiences the students have when they attend our Dare to Dream events. And we're on to MEP State Conference. Just want to give, save the date. August 17th and 18th are our event days. We're back at the Yakima Convention Center, and these are required trainings for recruiters and records clerks. And we do have some changes coming along under the ESSA. So we definitely would want our recruiters and records clerks to be there for the training. This is a great opportunity for collaboration amongst the graduation specialists and student advocates. I know sometimes these positions feel very isolated because they're so unique. of a position, and so it's really great to bounce off ideas and challenges that they may be experiencing with their colleagues from across the state. So this is really a great place to come together in that position. We still will be hosting our parent strand and our student strands for the event, and then we'll be rolling out the state service delivery plan in any of our other ESSA updates. So definitely this is a great place for our program directors to get the feet on the ground about the rollout for a state service delivery plan. And last but not least, if you were part of our bilingual education webinar, you heard that our director, Mia Moore, is leaving us at the end of this school year. And hopefully we'll have a new director, and you'll be able to meet them in August. So please come and welcome that new director. I also want to share that we have Migrant 101 available to your district through our educational service districts. These are free of charge to you. They are under our migrant education program, so they are already poised and ready to serve you. And it's just a matter of making those connections and those training dates. This is important. They've spent some good time going over what are the unique migratory lifestyle issues that we need to be focusing on. Yes, they do fall in a variety of categories, including English language learners, but we want to go more in depth into what makes the migratory lifestyle unique and what are the issues that we face as a migratory population that are just a little bit different than some of the other categories. And so they've put together this great training tool, and they have a variety of ways that they can roll it out to you. It doesn't have to be a full day. They can do a series of trainings, or they can do half-day trainings, however it works for your school district. And this is the area that we are looking at when we're doing compliance monitoring, and we ask about the training that is provided to your school district staff and school building staff regarding the migratory lifestyle. And we are seeing a lot more in responses that include training on Migrant 101 and understanding the migratory lifestyle, but we are still seeing a little bit more about the other programs that are also affect migrant students, but not necessarily specific to the migratory lifestyle. So we really encourage you to connect with these staff members and see how you can incorporate that into your professional development opportunities in your local school district. We do know because of snow days, there might be some school districts that are going to have a few more times of PD with their staff, and so that might be something to take a look at.
I have a question combined that I skipped, and I apologize for that. It says, how can we as a district see the list of students that were registered at the individual schools?
Oh, okay, so it's a Dare to Dream question. So as a district, if you have access to the Migrant Student Information System, you will see a listing, and I apologize, I didn't bring a screenshot of that, but you'll see the school, the university that you're designated to, or universities, and you will see the students that have been registered and confirmed.
So they will need to have their password and everything to sign into the MSIS system.
Yes.
That information.
MSIS is a password-protected database, so you definitely need MSIS access before you can see that list. Or you can work with your federal programs director, because they will be getting that notification, this notification, and it will show the name of the student who is registered to attend. All right, back to State Conference and Migrant 101. Any questions on those two items? Okay, and I think this is my final screen showing all of the staff members that are part of our Migrant Education Division and their contact information, and then also our ESD partner website addresses. So. If you have any additional questions, you can feel free to contact us through our email or phone calls, and we'd be happy to work with you on any of your questions. So there was a question on Voices from the Field. Voices from the Field is targeted to a smaller group of school districts, and so if those school districts who have been invited have questions, they can definitely call us at one of our phone numbers.
I just want to know when it's going to be released.
It was released, and so if you didn't get any information, you weren't invited this year. We'll talk to you about that individually. Thank you so very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.